the Twitter files. They continue to come out via Matt Taibbi, Barry Weiss, Michael Schellenberger now as well, working to expose what Elon Musk has found since he lifted up the roof and took a hard look at what was going on in the Twitter engine. And it's ugly. It's a disaster in there. There's been a couple of additions, but what Barry Weiss essentially reported is contrary to the congressional sworn testimony of Jack Dorsey, the former Twitter CEO, they have been shadow banning people. And lo and behold, it's conservatives. It's people like Dan Bongino. It's Charlie Kirk. It's Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, who we first put on this show in the spring of 2021 when he was being banned and not platformed by anybody. I'm very proud of that, by the way. He says we were the first major interview that had him on. He was banned. He was secretly being placed on a trends blacklist, which prevented his tweets from trending. What did Jay Bhattacharya do? He basically said, let's do focus protection for people. Let's make sure we focus on the elderly and the people who really need quarantine as opposed to kids. And they banned him, not to mention Bongino, Kirk, and others. Just to take a walk down memory lane, Rick, here is Jack Dorsey in sworn testimony denying that Twitter does this. It's 2018, SOP 4.
Mr. Dorsey, welcome. Thanks for being here. I want to read a few quotes about Twitter's practices, and I just want you to tell me if they're true or not. Social media is being rigged to censor conservatives. Is that true of Twitter?
No.
I don't know what Twitter is up to. It sure looks like to me that they're censoring people, and they ought to stop it. Are you censoring people?
No.
Twitter shadow banning prominent Republicans. It's bad. Is that true?
No.
He better hope that what they just revealed in these files started after that testimony, because that could be problematic for him. And it's just problematic on such a bigger level, Rick, in terms of what this massive social media company, and I guarantee you it's not just Twitter, has been doing to half of the country, to spokespeople or prominent voices for half of the country.
Yeah, I mean, look, my own anecdotal evidence shows me that Instagram does the same thing all of the time. It's ridiculous what's happening on Instagram. So, Congress needs to go after this. We just need to fight. This is packaged as a freedom of speech issue. And shame on the DC media who have been cheerleaders for silencing conservatives and silencing dissenting voices. Sometimes they're not even conservatives. I'm outraged that we have a platform that lied to us about what they were doing, pretending to spin the whole thing as, we're the guardians against fake news. And they turned out to be people who were censoring the truth and promoting fake news. This is a scandal of epic proportion, and there's only one way that it continued, and that's because the media did not push back and check against this. They sat in the back and they were cheerleaders for this process. And there's a lot of reporters who cover Twitter, who cover the media, who should be apologizing today and scrambling. And there's editors across the spectrum in Washington, D.C. that should be making wholesale changes, but they're not. And until we get a media that's going to push back against these scandals, including the weaponization of power by powerful people in government in Washington, D.C., it's going to get worse. We need the media. We need the check and balance. They're the ones who are supposed to stand up to the powerful, and they're not doing it.
The media didn't think it was a problem that the Post was suppressed on its Hunter Biden reporting. They supported it. The media certainly supported the kicking of President Trump off of Twitter. They loved it. That's another piece of the reporting from Per Schellenberger. And now that this all comes out, the media says, Jan, there's nothing to see here. Oh, and by the way, Elon Musk is in a bunch of trouble. He's not actually cracking down on child pornography. Meanwhile, the facts are exactly the opposite. They continue to come up. In fact, according to Elon, they've actually gotten more aggressive against child porn than the entire history of Jack Dorsey's tenure as CEO, never mind the guy who came after him. So the media decides to say there's no story here because we chose not to cover it the first time. And now that we're being exposed to, there's really no story. And by the way, Elon Musk is terrible, and here's a bunch of made-up stories about him. You can take it to the bank. You've seen it done a million times. Oliver the Ornament is a 7-book series about one family's collection of ornaments. The first book begins Thanksgiving night, while the last book takes place on Christmas morning. Each book introduces a new holiday ornament and weaves in the story of that ornament. It's a good idea, right? Super cute for the whole family. The books teach kindness, and they have lots of plot twists and cliffhangers. This is a great tradition for your entire family. Parents, grandparents, kids, grandkids, they're all going to look forward to the next family story night. It's a nice way to get everybody together. Maybe some hot cocoa mixed in, maybe a warm fire, maybe some eggnog for the grown-ups. It's great for the holiday season. Oliver the Ornament has won all kinds of awards and accolades. First Lady Melania Trump selected this book to be read at Children's National Hospital in Washington, D.C., continuing a 75-year-long tradition. Go to olivertheornament.com today. olivertheornament.com today. Hit the big Shop Now button on the page, and when you buy the Oliver the Ornament set, you're going to get a whole bunch of extra goodies, including audiobooks. Use the code Megyn at checkout. Oliver the Ornament, ORNAMENT.com. Use code Megyn at checkout. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.